Morning, everyone. Hope everybody's doing okay. Coming at you from the patio this morning on the travel end of my channel. Like I said, I'm trying to transition this channel more to a travel thing for Julie and I. So, eventually it will no longer be from the short, fat, bald guy. My wife hates that, and she doesn't want to be Mrs. Short, fat, bald guy. So, whatever the change will be, we'll figure it out in the future. But looking at travel, those of you that know us know that my wife and I travel a lot. I mean, by a lot, a couple times a year we will go somewhere. Um, by and large, our favorite trips, though, are road trips. And we are up in the air about what to do about that. We have done road trips in a car. Now, to give you a little insight, that was a few years back, and we did a trip from here in Dover, Ohio, to the West Coast, up the east side of the Sierra Nevadas, Carson City, Lake Tahoe, then across the northern part of the country, Wyoming, South Dakota, areas like that, till we ended up back in Ohio. We did all of that trip in my car, which was a 2014 Chevy Impala. Full-size vehicle, plenty of room in the trunk for luggage, things like that. And it's a comfortable car. Car is a 2014. It's, around 130,000 miles on it. Julie's planning on working for another year or two at least. She's probably thinking more like 5. I'm hoping 2 or 3 at the most. But that's gonna ultimately be up to her. We've looked at different ways to travel. Do we buy another car, a full-size automobile with trunk space, comfort, plenty of room? Do we purchase a minivan, God forbid? So you know where I stand on that. I'm not really a plus for the minivan thing, but whatever. Do we buy a full-size SUV or a standard size SUV? Standard size being something like a Ford Explorer or Chevy Traverse, something like that, or a large SUV, which would be a Suburban, or something like that, which I don't know, that seems like overkill to me, but things to think about. Then if we've also looked at a small motorhome, small or a pickup truck towing a trailer, or do we go with the Sprinter camper vans? Um, there's pluses and minuses to all of them in our mind. And basically what I'm asking for you folks is, what are your thoughts? What would you do if it were you? Do we want to visit state parks, national parks? Absolutely. Do we necessarily want to camp in them? Probably not, because most national parks take a year or two. You have to get on the reservation list. And it could be a year or two until you are able to even camp there. So the likelihood of camping in that national park or state park is probably smaller than if we would find a campground, say, outside of the national park. There's also the thought of, okay, if we take a car or a mid-size SUV, we can stay at Airbnbs. Thinking, if you can, of retirement. So, maybe a week, 10 days, and an Airbnb in the south of Utah where we can travel to all the national parks within that area, uh, things like that. Um, yeah, we really truly do prefer the road trips. Yes, we like to fly away sometimes and go someplace we haven't been. But I will tell you, there's so much in this country to see that we still want to see. Um, so we're just sort of up in the air about how we want to proceed in the future. Like I said, we're just starting the process now. We've looked at some small motorhomes, um, and by small I mean we're talking no bigger than my bus is now. Um, less than 30 feet. I think my bus is 28, and we just I'm looking for advice. I'm looking for other people's thoughts, people that have done this. I have some cousins that travel. They come home during the summer. They don't have a permanent residence like we do behind us. At this point, our thought is we keep the house and travel possibly in the winter, um, whenever the holidays are over, because Julie has already said, she doesn't want to go anywhere until after Christmas because of the grandkids and the kids and all that. So, you know, what is everyone's thoughts? If you could do it, what would you do? What would you use? What type of vehicle? And why? Pretty simple question. Obviously, nothing that is political in nature in this. It's just, I'm trying to transition this channel, and this is part of the process. I mean, will I still have some things out there political? Oh, I'm sure I will, but right now this is where I'm at with the channel, and I just thought, beautiful day, I'll sit out on the patio and I'll ask you guys, what do you think? So let me know in the comments and we'll go from there. Thanks everyone, have a good one.